And we end today's show with the words of the late folk singer and activist Pete Seeger. He was born 100 years ago today. In 2004, Pete Seeger came into our Firehouse studio. Pete Seeger, can you tell us about We Shall Overcome?
I thought in 1946, when I learned it from a white woman who taught in a union labor school, the Highlander Folk School in Tennessee, that the song had been made up in 1946 by tobacco workers because they sang it out there to strike through the winter of 1946 in Charleston, South Carolina. And they taught the song to Zilphia Horton, the teacher at the labor school. And she said, oh, my favorite song. And I printed it in our little magazine in New York, People's Songs, as We Will Overcome in 1947. It was a friend of mine, Guy Carawan, who made it famous. He picked up my way of singing it, We Shall Overcome, although there was another teacher there, Septima Clark, a black woman. She felt that shall, like me, she felt it opened up the mouth better than will. So that's the way she sang it. Anyway, Guy Carawan in 1960 taught it to the young people at the founding convention of SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, SNCC for short. And a month later, it wasn't a song, it was the song throughout the South.
You sang it for Martin Luther King?
In 1957, I went down to Highlander. Zilphia was dead, and Miles Horton, her husband, said, we can't have a celebration of 25 years of this school without music. Won't you come down and help lead some songs? So I went down, and Dr. King and Reverend Abernathy came up from Alabama to say a few words. And I sang a few songs, and that was one of them. And Braden drove King to a speaking engagement in Kentucky the next day, and she remembers him sitting in the back seat saying, we shall overcome. That song really sticks with you, doesn't it? But he wasn't a song leader. It wasn't until another 3 years that Guy Carawan made it famous.
The late folk singer and activist Pete Seeger speaking in 2004. He was born 100 years ago today. You can watch that full interview and all of our interviews with Pete Seeger on our website at democracynow.org. You can also sign up for our daily email, our headlines and news alerts. Just text the word Democracy Now, one word, to 66866. That's Democracy Now, 66866. Democracy Now! Has an immediate opening for our paid full-time digital fellowship here in New York City. We also are accepting applications for paid 6-month internships. Learn more at democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman. Thanks so much for joining us.